Mirzaaghasi, and I will be talking about soccer once again. Before we begin, I will state there will be no Champions League news until April 8th, as most of those games will continue by then. So for the most couple of episodes, we will just be focusing on Premier League, La Liga, Champions Cup, and the MLS season. So going to the actual news, going to Premier League first, Man City versus Brighton. What are we doing? Legit Brighton, a lower team, and Man City, of course, top 5 team. We end up tying 2-2. Like, we have to stop tying and we have to start winning, because at this point I have no clue if we're going to keep our Europa status or we're just not going to go to any other international championships, because it's annoying. We had Haaland and Marmoush scoring, and then at the end we just mess it up. And I'm going to say it right now, only reason why it's tied is because in the 48th minute we decided to do a stupid mistake that cost us the win. 48th minute, own goal. Why did we do it? Because we're stupid. And we have to learn from those mistakes. Because if we're trying to get better as a team, because we are the team that literally got a three-peat in the Premier League, and we're ending up being like this, we're just ending up not even going to an international championship, then what are we doing? We have to focus now so then we can learn from this season and then improve in the next season. Because this is not going anywhere. We're just mostly being stuck towards the middle or not even entering top 5 anymore. And like I said multiple times, it's a war zone for who goes to 5th or 4th. But honestly, I have no clue where this team's heading. So if you're probably wondering why Liverpool and Newcastle didn't play in the Premier League this week, that is because they were in the finals for the English Football Cup, in which Liverpool lost yet another opportunity for a trophy this year, because Newcastle are the champions of the English Football League, as they won 2-1, as this is their first title since 70 years, which is a huge accomplishment. So I congratulate Newcastle for their win. However, for Liverpool, I'm going to ask, why are you taking so many L's this year? Because first it was the FA Cup, then Champions League, now it's the EFL. Why? That is 3 opportunities, 3 losses. You lost to a team that couldn't even qualify for the Premier League, a team that was in 15th place in the Champions League, and you lost a final against Newcastle, in which I can't really say too much because Newcastle are in the battle for Europa League status, so I can excuse that. But against Plymouth or PSNG, I am not going to be nice there, because that is stupid on how they lost. And it's a disappointment too. Literally 3 opportunities, 3 trophies for this year to show at least, oh, we could do something better than Man City. They ended up losing 3 trophy opportunities. Hopefully they don't blow the lead that they have in the Premier League and let Arsenal win. Highly doubt that though, but we will have to see to figure it out. Moving on, a very good game. You had to watch it. Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid in La Liga. This game was very good. This was a Barca victory 4-2. And let me tell you, the ending was absolute madness on how Barca were basically able to score last-minute goals. We're talking about 70 minutes to almost 100 minutes worth of 4 goals being scored. Lewandowski, Yamal, and Torres scored 4 goals. Of course, Torres would score twice. Torres' goal, the last minute, we're talking about the 98th minute. He was able to make it 2-4. Absolutely stunning. Perfect too. This game was very good, I have to say. Like, the passing, especially the last minute cheer. Of course, Barca's manager is jumping with joy because they beat a top 3. They literally beat Atletico Madrid. They knocked them down to 3rd place. So now the order is Barca, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. Both Barca and Real Madrid are very close now. They both have 60 points, but Barca's first because of goal differential. So we have to see and figure out, as now that delayed game that I mentioned for Barca in the La Liga will be taking place March 27th. So I will report that probably the next episode, if not the following. Ending in the United States, we have Inter Miami versus Cavalier. This is the second leg for the Champions Cup, as it was an Inter Miami victory with 2-0, as the duo Messi and Suarez were scoring in this game. As Messi finally played a game in Miami, there was no trouble at all. There was no coaching issues or travel issues this time, so he finally played. Besides that, Suarez's goal was a penalty, and Messi's goal was the last minute one to clear the victory like a second before extra time was over. Messi was finally able to get open and score, basically ending the game right there. Inter Miami have cleared the round of 16, are now heading to the quarterfinals. They will face LAFC in the quarterfinal on April 1st. So, for the MLS season, there is Inter Miami versus Atlanta United FC, which was an Inter Miami victory 2-1. Messi and Picault scored during this game, and they finally got the revenge on Atlanta United. So for context for this, Atlanta United were responsible for kicking Inter Miami out of a championship game, in which this is why every broadcaster was saying, this is the revenge game. I didn't know, and I had to search up context for it. But as seen that Inter Miami got the revenge, they are now number 1 in the MLS season so far. But they shouldn't get cocky because it's too early in the season. For standings, we have Liverpool with 70 points, Arsenal with 58 points, Nottingham Forest 54 points, Chelsea with 49, and Man City with 48. So, like I said, Liverpool have 70 points. Next to Arsenal is almost 60. Basically, 12-point lead. Hopefully, they don't blow that lead and they end up losing 4 trophies this year. Like I said, I highly doubt it because Liverpool usually win when it comes to Premier League for some reason, and when it comes to any other championship, they just somehow blow it. I don't know how. It just makes no sense. For Man City, don't know how they're going to handle it. They're in 5th place right now, and I don't know if they're going to reach 4th or they're just not going to be in the top 5 anymore. Honestly, I have no clue what this team's doing anymore. So that's my final thoughts. Thanks for watching, but don't go anywhere, as Rocco and Matt will be talking about the NBA.
Back to the NBA segment on the highlight reel. We're back to cover this past weekend. Let's start with the past Saturday, March 15th. Rocco, we had the Knicks and the Warriors. Knicks taking a tough loss this time, 94-97. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Steph Curry, 28 points. Moses Moody, a surprising 18 points, double figures for him. I expected the Knicks to win this game. Unfortunately, I was incorrect. When you don't have arguably a top 3 point guard in the NBA, things are tougher for you. But the way the Knicks they felt overwhelmed at times. Karl Anthony Towns, he had Draymond Green in a box all game. I get that. But he was the best player on the court. Without your captain, without Jalen Brunson, you can't compete with the good teams. It's that simple. And the way I see it, Thunder, Warriors, Celtics, Cavs, Lakers, a combined 0 wins against all those teams for the New York Knicks. And that's a problem. Heading into the playoffs, you got the Celtics and the Cavs. You got to go through both of them to get to the finals. And I don't think they're going to. So, as for the Warriors, it's a good win for them, and they stay live in the playoff race.
Moving on. First up, we got the Magic and the Cavaliers. Magic taking this one, 108-103. What are your thoughts on this one?
That is right. The Cleveland Cavaliers, their 16-game win streak comes to a screeching halt as they lose to the Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero, 24 points, and Franz Wagner, 22. I love it. I love watching this duo play. They are just so fun to watch, and I can't get enough of it, man. I miss Jalen Suggs, though. I hope he gets better. For the Magic, from their perspective, they're teetering in their playoff hopes, play-in tournament perhaps. It's a good win for them against maybe the best team in basketball. Personally, I still think it's the Thunder that's the best team in basketball, but the Cavs are right there, and if they're not the best, they're the second best. So, good win for Orlando. Cavs, I mean, what do they got to worry about at this point? They're the number 1 seed. Doesn't matter.
Finally, it was the Lakers and the Suns. Lakers taking this one. What were your thoughts on this one?
The Lakers winning by 11 over the Suns, 107-96. Luka Doncic, 33. Austin Reeves with 28. The Lakers, I mean, that losing streak was pretty bad to say the least, but they're still a great team. I think they are a top 5 team right now, and I'm sorry. I know the Thunder are great. I know there are a lot of great teams. When you have LeBron James, the king of Akron himself, Luka Doncic, the new prince of the modern era, you're going to be bound to win a lot of games. And I don't think that's a duo I'd want to play against if I'm in the Western Conference. So, good win for the Lakers, a tough blow for the Suns. It has not been going well for them this season.
I was watching the highlights, and Luka was on fire. He had like 4 3-pointers, I think.
Yeah,
something.
Luka's always on fire, though.
I mean, it's crazy. You can't stop this guy. I mean,
You cannot stop.
You really need a strong team in order to stop this guy.
You got to stop Luka. You got to stop LeBron. You got to stop that entire team. But it starts with those two. And if you can't stop one of them, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
So I'll leave it there. And that's going to do it for us here on the Highlight Reel, talking NBA. But up next to talk baseball is Myles and Luke.
Welcome to the Highlight Reel. As we get closer to another opening day, we'll be giving our MLB award predictions. Luke, give me your MVP, Rook of the Year, and Cy Young prediction.
So for the AL MVP, I have Aaron Judge winning again. He's been insane just the last couple of years. I know he was injured a little bit in like 2 years ago, but last year he hit 58 home runs, was very close to the batting title, hit over 300 again. Obviously, he had Juan Soto in front of him, but he's the best hitter in the major league. I don't think there's anything that's going to slow him down. I think he wins another MVP, another great season. He'll be back in right field, which is better for him defensively. Doesn't have to run as much. And, yeah, I just think it's another great year for him.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious AL MVP pick. I mean, you could see Bobby Witt.
See Witt.
Yeah, but that's not really. I mean, he's the best hitter in the American League, obviously. His home run total could go down to like 54, and that would be a career high for like anyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty easy MVP pick.
Mm-hmm. Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go with Jason Dominguez, another Yankee. He's got to step up. Now, with losing Soto, he's the guy that they called up. You can't replace Soto, but he's got to be good. He's got to be better than Verdugo. He's got to hit.
Well, that's easy to do.
Yeah, that is pretty easy. He's got to hit 250, maybe 20 homers. That would be a good year. That wins you. I think that wins him Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's got to learn how to catch the ball in the
He'll
outfield.
be fine. I'm not worried about his outfield.
He can't catch the ball. That's the problem. I mean,
it's bad reads in
I
left.
could
He needs
do
to get
that.
used to left field. He's played center field his whole life.
my dad taught me, your first move is always move back as an outfielder. How does he not know that?
He'll be fine. He needs to learn left field. It's a tough left field at Yankee Stadium. He's getting used to it right now in spring training.
That's the one issue. If he can't play in the outfield, what good is he?
He could play center if he fails in left. They'll move him to center. He's
Center's-
played center his whole life. He's been a good
center's
fielder.
it's still harder than
He's
left.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not for a guy who's played center his
He's
whole
more
life.
he can't catch the ball. I don't.
not
You
worried
need to
about
catch
that.
the ball.
He'll be fine.
He can hit, but like, gosh, how bad defensively can you be? But all right, give me your Rookie of the Year.
I just
Oh, right, your
Rookie of the Year.
your Cy Young.
I have Tarek Skubal. Obviously, another predictable one. He won Cy Young last year. I just don't think, especially with Garrett Cole out now, I don't think there's another guy in the AL that's really close. Maybe your guy Kershaw from the Red Sox, but I don't think anyone else in the AL is like that good of a pitcher that could really take it from him.
So you have repeat MVP and Cy Young.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I know Judge, it would take a down year for Judge not to win MVP.
A down year for Judges. I don't think Judge is not going to win the MVP. I think that's clear.
Yeah.
As long as he
And I
does
just
what
don't
he does.
think in the AL there's many other pitchers.
Pitchers, yeah.
What other pitchers would you have that could be better than Skubal?
Boy, I mean, if McClanahan comes back.
Yeah.
But that's
there
a big
aren't
if.
Many pitchers.
Yeah.
So who do you have for your Rookie of the Year in the NL?
For my Rookie of the Year is Rokai Sasaki. Coming over from Japan. I mean, it's basically the Dodgers AAA team at this point. He throws 100-mile-an-hour plus fastball. He's only 23 years old. He's a crazy splitter that nobody can seem to hit. That's his off-speed pitch. And I really think it's pretty obvious that he's going to win it if he stays healthy. With pitchers, that's obviously the big question mark nowadays. But I think he's just going to be great in that Dodgers rotation. They always know what to do with pitchers, so I'm not worried about that pick.
Yeah, I just think they got a big rotation. I think he'll still win it. But there are other guys who could win it in the NL. There are good rookies, but he should win it. If he stays healthy and pitches the whole year, close to how he pitched in Japan, he'll easily win it.
Yeah. So moving on to my MVP, no surprise, Shohei Ohtani. He hits, he pitches, he can do everything. Steal bases now, apparently last season. And he's just incredible. I think he's the best hitter in the MLB. Just overall hitting, you put Judge and Ohtani in a competition. I'm taking Ohtani hitting the ball, but
I would take Judge, but they're neck and neck.
Yeah,
it's
it's neck
really
and
close.
neck. Yeah.
I think Judge is a better hitter. Ohtani has more of the speed, can steal bases.
Mm-hmm.
He's better all around, obviously, because he pitches. So
yeah, he's going to give like a 12-war season.
yeah,
That's incredible. He's easily going to be.
yeah. If he stays healthy, and even if he doesn't stay healthy like he was last year, he'll win the NL MVP.
I mean, we're going to be doing these predictions next year. He's probably going to win the MVP again.
I don't see how you ever beat him.
He hits it. I mean, just
If he hits like 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases, even if he doesn't pitch, he'll win MVP like he did last year.
yeah, but like though you can't beat his WAR total.
Yeah.
Like, that's just unfair.
Yeah.
So now moving on to my Cy Young pick, I got Tyler Glass now, the Dodgers. I know it's a little bit of a controversial pick, but I finally think this is the year that he stays healthy. Last year, he had a 3.46 ERA, throws a nasty curveball, throws a fastball 45% of the time. Big fastball, curveball guy. He's 6'7", big looping curveball, and I think the Dodgers are finally going to unlock him and let him stay healthy.
I completely disagree. I don't think there's any way he stays healthy for a full season.
So he's like Luka. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, but at the same time, the Dodgers don't need him in the regular season. They got 6-7 starters. They got, with Ohtani, if he pitches all, they got Sasaki, Yamamoto. They got Snell now.
Tony
They
Gonsolin.
got Gonsolin. They got Bobby Miller if he comes back. They got Kershaw. There's
Yeah,
so many
Kershaw.
starters that they're not going to need him to pitch that many innings.
And that's why he's going to stay healthy.
He might stay healthy, but will he get more
He's
than
going to be
150 innings?
he's going to be so effective in those innings. They're going to have no choice but to give it to him. And
You might
unlike
be right, but I
yeah.
don't. They could have. You could see 7 guys starting like in a rotation like once a week for them.
oh well, I still think he's going to win it. So that's all we have this week on the highlight reel. We'll see you next week.